salutations to the denizens of the CyberDog Nation and all the peoples of the YouTube and the interwebs. This is IvanDogovich rocking the oldies with the first episode of Let's Play Retro XCOM Terror from the Deep. And wow guys, I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but I hope you enjoy it as much as I think I'm gonna enjoy it. We're gonna be playing a Let's Play of XCOM Terror from the Deep. This is the second game in the XCOM series. The first one was XCOM UFO Defense or Enemy Unknown, and it went by those titles in the US and the UK. But it was a classic game, but it wasn't the game that I first started playing. The first one I started playing was Terror from the Deep. Just give you a quick background on these games. XCOM Enemy Unknown was the game where you were defending the planet Earth from invading aliens, where you would build bases and shoot down enemy UFOs and then go into tactical battles with aliens on the ground. Burgo and Mud Dog from Dogcraft.net have both been putting out various Let's Plays of the newest version of the XCOM franchise, also called Enemy Unknown, and the newest one is Enemy Within. They're both great games, but their graphics are awesome, but it just gave me a hankering for the old ones. Also talking with Rendog from Dogcraft.net, and one of my favorite YouTubers and one of my inspirations actually. Rendog's one of his all-time favorite games is the third game in the series called XCOM Apocalypse. And between the three of these games, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a few Let's Play series. We'll see how far it goes and how often I can do it. I put out a question on my channel earlier in the week and asked what they would like to see, if they would like to see Let's Plays of these games, or just Lowdowns, which is a podcast I've been doing about Dogcraft.net. But the response that I was looking for, I got, and it looks like we'll be doing some Let's Plays and Lowdowns. So I'm thinking I'll record these every other week, maybe get a couple short episodes out a week. Probably about 15 minutes is my current estimate of how long I'll do episodes for. I won't do everything on screen, but I will do some of the good stuff on screen. So let's get into this. Great game, turn-based strategy, one of my all-time favorite genres of games. Give you time to think, and you don't have to be the most skilled on the keyboard or the mouse or the joystick in order to play these things. So we're going to start with a brand new game. I will tell you this, that this game is really no joke for difficulty level. UFO Enemy Defense, the first game, had a pretty linear learning curve and difficulty, but as you get into this game, man, the first part of the game is really rough. It takes a while before you can ramp up into your about on par and then get as good as the aliens that you're dealing with. I'm tempted to go with Veteran. I did a test run on Veteran, but it was... I'm thinking if I do that, we may not progress anywhere and it'll be a let's fail. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Experienced. It's been quite a while since I've played this game, but I do know a little bit about it. So this is what's called the geoscape, and the very first thing we have to do is select where our base goes. Because this is set in the underwater realms and not on land, you want to pick a nice spot in the ocean. The nearby countries, though, also influence your funding, so I kind of like to have one somewhat centrally located. So I'm going to go ahead and plop a base down here in the Atlantic, and I'm going to go ahead and name this base after the founder of Dogcraft.net and one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, like I mentioned earlier, Rendog. Rendog Prime will be the name of that base. We'll go back to Rendog. Rendog P. Okay, here we are. So one of the first things we notice is we already have a base set up. When we create new bases after this, they won't have an automatic setup, and this has its advantages and disadvantages. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut right here in this video, and I'm going to reorganize this base. It's actually an unoptimal setup for the base. So I'm going to do some re-switching around here. Now, hang on one second and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and what I've done here is I've placed 2 new sub pens. The number on here is the number of days it's going to take to create them. I put a couple sub pens up here, another general stores which gives you storage capacity, 2 more living quarters to plus up my soldiers as well as some of the technical support, and I also put in a laboratory. What I've got going on here is I'm going to delete these 2 sub pens when these come online, and I will I'll delete this living quarters too when I get these up, because the enemies, if they attack your base, can only attack through the sub pens and the access lift, which is like the elevator. So I'm gonna let these cook and build, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to go into my submarines. I'm gonna equip our subs. So right now we have a transport sub and 2 interceptors. These interceptors are woefully inadequate. This is a medium range torpedo and a very short range cannon, which is almost worthless. And I'm going to put a long range torpedo on here. And I'm also going to, on this side, put on 2, I'm going to put on over here another medium range. So I'll have 2 medium range and 1 long range on this sub. And after that, I am going to go ahead and sell off some of the excess gear. My storage space is very tight right now, so I'm going to go take another quick cut, sell off the gear I took off these subs, and some of the other stuff that I won't use, and then I will be making a quick purchase, and then we'll get moving. So be right back. Okay, I've sold off some of that gear. I'm going to quickly come in here and I'm going to actually purchase some more equipment. This is important. One of the dynamics of this game is you can use grenades to great effect. I'm going to buy some more grenades because I'm going to need them for my missions. I'm going to buy a couple dye grenades. Actually, I probably got enough right now. Some chemical flares. These work. You can throw them pretty far, and they give you a decent amount of light. Thermal taser. I'm gonna have to buy some high explosive ammo for some of my cannons. Let's see here, and then finally I'm gonna buy some more soldiers. The reason is this game is pretty tough, and you can lose soldiers pretty quick. And I'll also buy a couple more scientists since I've got the living quarters. And I will also buy another long-range torpedo. Actually, I'll buy 2 of those, 2 launchers, and some more torpedoes. You will run through these really quick when you're intercepting enemy subs. Okay, looks like a good purchase. Those will be inbound. We've got some soldiers. But what we need to do is the soldiers are actually called aquanauts because it's based underground, underwater, I'm sorry. And we need to get moving here, and we will fast forward time right after I put a quick save in, so stand by. Alright guys, I've created my next, my first save game. Let's play. These are some of my test games. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right back here to the geoscape. I need to set research. I'm glad I got that. Okay, so you start with a few scientists. Only 10. I've got some more coming in. But the first thing we're going to do is research medkits. Medkits are a great choice because, one, you can carry them into the battlefield and heal soldiers who get hurt. But you can also sell them and make money. So the other 2 options are a motion sensor, particle disturbance sensor, and also a Gauss technology, which unlocks a type of weapon. And they're really not that good in this game, so we probably will never research any Gauss. And gonna click OK and move on. And then we're gonna fast forward until we get our first enemy contact. Very small sub on the 1st of January. Wow, this is very early. Okay, so I'm going to center on it, and then I'm going to intercept. I'm going to go ahead and intercept with Barracuda 1, which has the long-range torpedoes, and we will kick in. Oh, we want to tell him where to go. We're going to go to alien sub 1, and he's going to chase him. And now the enemy sub is right up here, and we can do a cautious attack, which will bring us into long range and then medium range. So we're going to go ahead and do a cautious attack. Comes in. At this range, the enemy sub can't return fire, not these smaller subs, so I can launch some torpedoes and have a chance of hitting it. And that larger torpedo took out that enemy sub with one shot. So that was a quick mission, but we didn't get to recover the enemy sub, and we didn't get a chance to capture any of the gear, which will allow us to research better technologies. Alright, we got our first items arriving at Rendog Prime. So we got some ammo and some grenades, and we won't need to do anything about that right now. But when we get our soldiers in, we'll do a little bit of switching around. We got our torpedo launchers and our torpedoes. I'm going to go ahead and go into the base right here and re-equip those subs, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've upgraded Barracuda 2 to 2 long-range torpedoes, the heavier torpedoes. And we will keep scanning for alien activity, waiting for the arrival of our 6 new aquanauts and 2 scientists. We'll go back into the base really quick and plus up our research. We've got 2 more scientists we can add. Your bases have a capacity, and right now researching a medkit, it doesn't take any space, but sometimes you're researching other items and it requires more space, which is a good reason to have more than one laboratory. Alright, keep going on that. Still not making a lot of progress on it, but we will keep moving along here. You do get extra funding at the end of the month, just like in the other XCOM games. So according to how well you've done, being as how we've shot down one UFO, we will be getting some funding there. But we're going to plus this into faster forward. We really need to get a hold of an enemy sub and actually do intercept mission. Okay, our general stores is up. That's good. And we're going to keep going here. Okay, another small sub. It's deep. It's going there. Here we go. Okay, he's moving right past us. We need to intercept him. Because it's small, I'm going to use my interceptor with the mix of weapons and let him do an intercept. Send him in a cautious attack. And hopefully we'll down this guy. We hit him once. Fire again. And he's down. So this is where we are about to earn our pay. Okay, so let's get the squad set up really quick. We're going to go back to the base. We're going to equip the subs. So I've got Triton 1 and I've got the crew here. These ones that are blue show that they're already in the craft, and these ones I'm going to add to the craft. I've got space for 2 more, so we're going to bring a full complement. With 14 soldiers, we should probably be able to handle the enemy on this in this mission. And we may have also killed some due to the damage we put on the enemy sub. Alright, and we want to plus up our equipment. So we want to get rid of these armor-piercing bolts for the gas cannon because they're worthless. We'll bring some high explosive bolts. Torpedo launcher we don't need. We need just about every grenade we've got. We got 14 soldiers, so we'll bring all 25 of those. We need a few dye grenades. These are great for popping out the door. We'll bring a thermal taser, some flares, dart guns. We need all of our harpoon guns. We need all of our harpoon clips. This is like an underwater harpoon gun. Okay. We actually have 2 gas cannons. That's alright. We'll bring 2 of those. And that's going to be on the sub. We don't have any armor for our troops, and that's going to make them very squishy. So, the very next thing we'll be doing, guys, is we will be heading out with the Trident. We'll be heading out with our with our transport sub and landing on this downed enemy sub, and we will go into a tactical battle. We may not survive, but it's going to be fun. So stay tuned for more of the great retro XCOM. This episode of Rockin' the Oldies, a retro Let's Play with IvanDogovich, has been brought to you by Dogcraft.net, the CyberDog Network, and Rendog, one of my favorite YouTubers and a legend in his time. So, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I played it. Viewers like you make this possible. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is IvanDogovich. Cheers!